Welcome to Time Frame Thursday, day 95 of the 2 Minute Author Challenge. Today's quote comes from Tony Robbins. There is always a way if you're committed. Hi there, my name is Christopher Diarmani, and it is my pleasure to be able to help other authors go from blank page to finished first draft to published book with ease. And one of the ways I do that is by helping them get focused and get committed to completing their book. So I want to talk about commitment today because commitment along with perseverance, two really, really huge issues that pretty much guarantee our success if we apply them, right? So today's quote is really great. I don't think you can be alive on this planet and not know who Tony Robbins is or how committed he is to success and finding a way to accomplish your dreams. It's sort of that's his hallmark, that's what he does. And there's another guy that really exemplified this a long time ago. His name was Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. And for me, he is really one of the all-time best examples of this, because he failed over and over and over again in his attempts to find the solution to creating a light bulb. And literally failed over 10,000 times. And when he was asked about that failure, he says, "What are you talking about? I haven't failed. I simply discovered that there's 10,000 ways that don't work." And he kept going until he was successful. And ultimately, because of his commitment, his level of persistence, perseverance, again, all those things made his success inevitable, even though by most people's standards, he was a fool for continuing because it was impossible. Nothing's impossible, right? He just refused. The beautiful thing is he refused to give up. That's right. So my question for you, if writing and publishing a book is your dream, if that's your vision for your life or how you want to impact the world, how committed are you to writing and finishing that book? Oh my. Turn off an alarm I forgot I had set for something. How committed are you to finishing your book? That's a serious question, and if you don't have a serious answer to it, I think you desperately need to find some new way of recommitting to that process, right? So are you willing to overcome every obstacle that you find in your way to publish your book so you can make the impact you know you were born for in this world? If the answer is anything other than a resounding heck yes, then I kind of have to question how committed you are to achieving this dream for your life. Because dreams, visions that we have for our lives, the way we want to impact the world, none of that happens at the snap of a fingers or the drop of a hat or whatever silly analogy you want to add to that. They all require intense effort over a longer period of time, and usually by going through, over, around, under a whole whack of obstacles. And one of the things that I like to talk about is when we make excuses, all we're doing is proving that we're not committed. Every excuse that we utter to ourselves or to someone else about why we're not doing the thing we know we have to, the thing that we know that we were born for, is because we're not committed. Because commitment is exhibited by the powers of willing to be doing anything, everything, no stone unturned, no matter how foolish I feel, I want to keep going. How many times we quote fail, in air quotes, completely irrelevant. They don't matter. And here's why. Because instead of focusing on what didn't work, we're focused on finding the next solution. And that's how it's done. Our persistence, just like Edison's, guarantees we will be successful no matter what, right? Because we simply refuse to fail. Our commitment to achieving that dream is also another one of those things that guarantees our success. Because with commitment, with perseverance, when we apply those passions in that way, nothing's going to stop us. It doesn't matter how little time we think we have, we will find a way to make the time to write our 500 words for today. It becomes one of those things that is non-negotiable. We will give up anything else so long as that particular daily goal gets met. And when we approach it with that level of determination, that level of persistence, that level of commitment, success is inevitable. And as I talk about all the time, I love implementing the character traits, the plans that turn my success into being not something that I hope to achieve, but something that's inevitable that I will achieve. And here's the thing. It's only when we give up on ourselves, and worse, give up on our dream, that failure actually becomes a real thing. Everything else is just, we have one more step to overcome. That's it. But when we give up, when we allow that temporary setback to become a permanent failure, that's where we fail not only ourselves, but all of those people who are going to be benefiting by the book that we're working on writing, finishing, and publishing. If you believe you have something to share with the world that's going to change their lives for the better in some way, just don't give up. It's really that simple. Refuse to give up, just like Edison did. Set deadlines every single step of the way, because and then work your butt off to make sure you meet or exceed those deadlines, right? And by that I mean, if you've set a deadline for, I don't know, 5,000 words this week, well, instead of taking 7 days to reach that, do it in 5, do it in 4. If you can do it in 3, all the better, because the faster you can achieve each one of those individual goals along the way, the sooner your book is done, the sooner it's out into the world, and the sooner it's making the impact for you in the lives of the people you want to help. That's the beauty of it all. Will there be challenges? Of course there will be challenges. Nothing worthwhile in life, worth having, worth accomplishing, comes without overcoming challenges. That's part of the beauty of the process, is we have to become different people. We have to become more committed the further we get down the path, ultimately, if we want to be successful. But when it comes to those challenges, so what? That's a part of life. If we're unwilling to accept that, I really don't know what to tell you. You know, I can't help you, and probably nobody else can either. But so long as we're committed to keeping going, your ultimate victory will be that so much sweeter, because we've made it become this inevitable thing that no matter what gets tossed in our way, we find a way to break through the roadblock, go around it, over it, under it, whatever the analogy you want to run against that. That ultimate victory, when we've overcome all these challenges, are just so much sweeter, because the victory is so much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Tip of my tongue. It's so much more fulfilling. That's the word I was looking for. Fulfilling. Because we've done everything we knew we had to do, plus a whole bunch more that we didn't realize until we were into the process. And every book, at least from my experience, it doesn't matter how many books you write, every book has its own unique set of challenges that you didn't think about before, you didn't have to face before. There's always going to be some new thing that pops up you have to overcome. So that's just part of the process. Accept that, greet that with open arms, and just make that part of your process of overcoming everything you need to do. Success is guaranteed then, right? Commit to that dream 100%. Don't stop till you get there, no matter what comes your way, no matter how long it takes. And as I said earlier, those mini deadlines at each step of the way are there to help you, not hold you back. It's by meeting every one of those deadlines that you can guarantee success by when you decide that first draft will get finished, when that book will be published, whatever the step happens to be. Commit to it. Don't let anything get in your way, truly. So if that helped you in some small way, I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway, your aha moment in the comments. And I'd love for you to also, of course, share it, like it, and share it with your friends on social media. I would love to connect with you on places like LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of the social media stuff. And all of my social media accounts can be found by going to sleekbio.com/Christopher. Super simple. Everything's in one place. You don't have to hunt all over the world trying to figure out, well, how do I find this dude? It's all in one place, just to make it simple. And just think about this for a moment. There's always a way if you're committed. So if you have any doubt, take a minute and find out where that doubt's coming from. Face it, overcome it. Use that as one of those tools you're going to empower yourself with. And keep going until you succeed. I would love to be a part of that when you reach that line. So if you're in the middle of getting your book done, reach out. I would love to celebrate those little wins with you. And I would love to celebrate with you when that book comes out into the world, because that's a huge, huge deal. Because as I've said probably a dozen times before or more, of the 85% of people who say they want to write a book, only 2 to 3% ever do. It's a huge deal to get this done. It really is. So celebrating the small wins along the way is also hugely important, because those are the things that help encourage us to keep going. All right. So with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.